everyone, Chivos here, bring you another Football Manager 2016 video. It's time for another episode of my Pentagon Challenge here with Sporting Kansas City, and I'll join you now and see what has been going on. Yes, that's right, the formation has changed. Why? We had an injury, things weren't working. We actually had two injuries. Well, Luis Felipe was injured at the start of the season. He's played 4 substitute appearances with 1 start. Hinderman also was out, so we didn't have a striker. Hamilton Joel and David were not good enough. So what we decided to do, we pushed Fuba from the shadow striker to the striker, and then we dropped the center attacking mid to a defensive midfielder. It's been working. I'll tell you that now. It has been working. Fuba has picked up an injury. I think he's got a damaged heel. Let me just confirm that. Yeah, he does. He's out for 2 to 4 days. But he's backed 8 in 12, which means things have been doing well. Stanley and Mauricio, 2 just very, very well performing players so far this season. Hinderman as well. Hugo Pacheco as well, been up there. 2 goals, only started 3 games, but 7 substitute appearances. He is doing a job. Now, how have things happened? The last time I saw you was our 2-0 loss to Columbus Crew. We haven't lost a game since. I had to change the formation, as I said, and because we changed the formation, it just changed everything. And I don't know why. We changed to go, I think we're on counter-attacking now. Let me just double check that. We're counter-attacking, we're flexible, and we've added hit early crosses, because we didn't implement that when we first started here, and crosses are OP in FM16. If you haven't realised already, crosses are OP. We've discussed this earlier in my Pentagon Challenge. So we've gone back to the crosses because we play the wingers, we play the crosses, and we're scoring goals. Now, Felipe hasn't scored one this season, but considering he's only started 1 game, how can he? So we followed it up with a 2-1 win against Montreal Impact. We left it very late. We then beat Real Salt Lake 5-2 in an absolute thriller. We drew 1-1 with San Jose Quakes, not bad. We beat Seattle Sounders 2-1. That is right, Seattle Sounders. We finally bloody beat them. We beat Colorado Rapids 1-0. We beat Portland Timbers 3-0. There were 2 red cards in that game, so it was a 10v10. We managed to be 3-0 winners. We beat FC Dallas 1-0. They had a man sent off. We drew 1-1 with LA Galaxy. Their goal was an own goal, so they didn't even score for themselves. We played against Houston Dynamo 2 times in 3 days. Stanley scoring a brace in the first one. Fuba and Pacheco scoring in the second. Pacheco comes off the bench to score an incredible free kick. And then our most recent result was a 0-0 draw with Chicago Fire. And as you can see, they did have a man sent off. So today we play against New England Revolution. They currently sit in 9th place. It was the closest game I could find. So either them or New York, but I don't want to drag it too far because NACL is supposed to be starting soon. But we talk about the NACL. I have to let you know, New York City FC, NYCFC, have just won the NACL. Now, let's just double check that for a second. New York City, yes, they have a fantastic side. Look at their key player, Thomas Alfaro. He doesn't look that good, but he's only 22. He's got pace. They've just won the NACL. I cannot believe it. We have beaten them last season. We have won the Supporters' Shield, and look where they sit on the Supporters' Shield. They currently sit in 12th. If they can win the NACL, surely we can too. So maybe this is our year. Just maybe. In the MLS, in the Western Conference, we currently sit top of the table, 27 points. That 1 loss, a goal difference of 11. We are scoring goals, and we are doing quite a job. LA Galaxy are behind us, although we have a game in hand, so San Jose could overtake LA Galaxy. MLS Supporters' Shield, we currently sit top. Now, as you can see, we had a slow start to the season here. 10th, 6th, 9th, 4th, and then we managed to get to 1st, and we have stayed there ever since. So it was a rough start to the season, but things are going comfortable now. And how are we going to line up? Exactly how we have for the last, 10 games maybe? We've been playing like this. It's been performing. There was one point where Aragon and was it Jake Joyce? It might have been Jake Joyce. Were out on international duty, so we had to change things around, change personnel. But it's worked out. You know, it has worked out. And if you do check here, we have the likes of Pacheco coming into the first team. Maurice Ramirez possibly could feature today. He's 21. He's not very good, but he's physically alright. Josh Naylor has made 7 substitute appearances so far this season. And it's not going to improve his development, but he's a squad player. We need better squad players, but he's doing alright. Darren Smith making 1 appearance for us this season as well. He's not too bad either. Not really going to be a fantastic player though. Tobias Moreno. This is one player I look at. 6.52. Yeah, he's only had 1 game so far this season, but 26 years old. Yes, he's physically fantastic, but he is on one of our designated player spots. If I can get a better left back who's not a designated player, I will gladly take one, but we're paying him such a big wage and he's not performing, which is a bit of a problem. If he's not performing, then why do we want to keep him here? The problem is, though, how are we going to get another left back? As you see, 6.44 in his first season, 6.96 in his second. It's not good. It's not good, but the question is, how can we replace him? At the moment, we are playing Reed at left back, but if Reed gets injured, we've got Pacheco. So maybe Pacheco and Reed are our replacement. You see Pacheco here, decent, can play in left back, centre back, quite versatile. And if you do check, we do have Jay Reed there as well. Jay Reed's 32 years old though, so he's not going to be around much longer. So we really need to figure things out. But let's get into today's game against New England and see if we can pick up a win without the main man that is Fuba. I didn't think I'd be saying this. Fuba went 11 hours without scoring, and now he's been performing. We've been scraping wins, and that's what you need to do. If you're going to become champions, you need to scrape wins. So we won the Supporters' Shield last season. Obviously, we didn't win the MLS outright. We had a penalty shootout in the playoffs against Seattle, and obviously we didn't win the US Cup either. We lost the final of that. But things have been going well so far this season. We need them to keep going, though. If they don't keep going, things aren't going to work out. But it's a positive start. The counter-attacking football is working. We have more possession generally. We shoot more. But on the counter, we just let them come to us, and then we build. So let's see if we can do that today. Here's Mauricio on the ball. He finds Felipe, who hasn't found the net yet this season. Can he do it today? Stanley, ball in. Unlucky there, Felipe. If he can score, he might come back into the striking fold. But I think we're going to have to stay with Fuba. The tactic's working. Fuba's scoring goals. You don't change something that's broken. That is something we have learned. The first day of the season, we lost 2-0 to Columbus Crew. We had to change the tactic. Not only because it wasn't working. We had a change of personnel, obviously. And the injuries were huge. To lose 2 of our key players did hurt us. So we had to adapt. We had to make sure we were stronger at the back. We didn't really need to worry about the goals. Just need to worry about defending. Because if we're not defending, then obviously we're going to concede. And if we concede, we can't win games. So we've made changes and it's working. So let's just keep that happening. Here's Stanley on the ball. Standout performer. Scores a bloody goal. He has had a fantastic season. Yes, it's only his 3rd goal of the season. But he's been playing so well. I do think he picked up 3 assists in a match the other day. In one of our previous games. The one thing I need to look at with Stanley is how many assists he's got this season. I'd really like to know. So here you go, ball in. He's beaten the keeper. It's 1-0. Aragon in goal. Doing fan-bloody-tastic. Getting called up to the USA squad. I don't think he's at a cap yet, but he is continuously getting called up, and he is only young, if I do remember as well. I think he's only 23, 24. Let me just double-check this. I can't check it because we've got a highlight. That's okay. We'll check it afterwards. Mauricio on the ball here. Are we going to build? Reed keeps in. Finds Mauricio. Back inside to Allison. Allison being in the first team. It's working. Hinderman, obviously, 35, 36 years old. He's Stanley on the break. Can he make it 2 from 2? He hits the bar. Oh, no. He's hit the bar. But, who was I talking about? Hinderman. Obviously getting old. Felipe could be on the break here. Is he going to hold it up? Or is he going to take the man? He takes the man. He finds Stanley. Surely Stanley's going to put this away. He doesn't. Stanley needs to work on his one-on-ones, I think. But apart from that, he's doing well. Now back to the point about Hinderman. While the highlight plays on, Hinderman getting old. Physically not happening. So we've dropped the centre attacking midfield. Figueroa. Bloody hell, we're getting so close. So bloody close. So Hinderman is declining. We probably won't sign him on after this season. I think He's sacked his agent, which means I don't think he's going to move anywhere. I think he's considering retiring. He hasn't said anything to us, but I think he's going to retire. At the age of 36, he's had a decorated career. He's just won the MLS Supporters Shield, and bloody João Pedro makes it 1-1 for New England, and that is not good to see. But maybe we need to look at getting a few more DPIs in. Obviously, we've got Guy, whatever his bloody name is, that striker coming in, which I'm sort of regretting. He's a fantastic striker, but I'm sort of regretting it because we've got Luis Felipe, we have Fuba, and now we're going to have this gay guy. So we're going to have 3 strong strikers, which is a bit worrying. I'm going to have to offload David and Hamilton Joel. Maybe we can get some allocation funds for them, because that's what I want. I will swap them for allocation funds, no problem. I did listen to your comment, Michael Mortensen. I did. I had an approach from LA Galaxy, I think it was, for Felipe Allison. Allison, that's a goal. It's going to be 2-1 as we go into the halftime break. A great worked goal there from Allison. His first of the season. Let me go back to that point in a second. Let's watch this, though. He's Felipe. He loses out here. He's down. Allison, burst of pace. Oh, my Lord. The keeper's had a bit of a mare there, and Allison celebrates his first goal of the season. I did listen to your comment, and what I did, we had an inquiry about the rights of a player who wasn't at our club. I think it was from LA Galaxy. I turned around and said, if you give me 250k in allocation funds, I will give you the rights to this player. And you know what they said? It's a done deal. What did I do with those allocation funds? I put them toward the wage budget, the salary cap. It went from 59,000 to 64,000. So we got £5,000 in the salary cap, which means maybe we can add some more players on in the transfer window. I don't think we have a transfer budget, but I'm not too worried about that. We might just be able to register more players. Stanley's going to come off after that lovely assist. It's 3-1, and we are strolling with this. Let's quickly make the change here. Stanley for Matthias. I don't want to risk him with that injury. Hopefully it's not a bad one either, because he's been playing phenomenal on that right-hand side. Here's Luis Felipe. Looks wide. Sees the run of Stanley. He plays a first-time cross. As I said, crosses OP. Figueres at the back to make it 3-1. Crosses OP in Football Manager this year. If you're crossing the ball, you're going to score goals. And that is what I'm doing. And it's happening. So, Figueres celebrates there. I don't know how many he scored. I wasn't even paying attention. But we're 3-1 up against New England Revolution. This is a long highlight. We're going to skip this. Give me a break. And things are doing well. You know, that's what we need to look at. We are performing at such a high standard. Although we are playing counter-attacking football, we have 63% possession. You're not really playing on the counter. We're holding the ball, letting them come to us, and then just getting them on the break. Now, I'm going to make some changes here. Felipe hasn't scored. We'll bring on Maurice Ramirez for his first appearance for the club, I think it is. He can play a poacher. Why not? And then we're going to make one more change. We're going to bring on... do we bring on... yeah, we will. We'll bring off Mauricio for Hinderman. That's what I was saying. Hinderman, 36. I don't think he's going to play on for another season. He's just lacking physically. I know technically he's good, mentally he's good, but physically he is starting to lack, so he's not being involved in the first team as much. The other thing we want to look at is Matthias Aragon. He's 24. It says he's Spanish. It's because he hasn't received his cap for the USA yet. But he is a fantastic keeper. I'm so glad we signed him. And that is going to be our 3 changes. And we'll see how the rest of the game. We've got 15 minutes to hold on. Surely we are going to, but they have a highlight here. If they come back now, I'm going to be very pissed off. Joe Baker makes it 3-2. He scores the second for New England Revolution. And as you can see, he leaps like a bloody salmon. Aragon just too late on the save. And now we have 12 minutes to hold on to 1 goal. Can we do it? It looks like we can. We got 4 minutes left to play. How much time's got on the clock? We got 3 minutes of injury time. And it looks like we are going to hold out. Thank God. Torres plays a ball in. Nothing happens there for Lopez. And now we wind the clock down. Aragon doesn't even have to take the kick because we have won 3-2, which continues our unbeaten run. Obviously, we lost the first game of the season, but we are performing so bloody well. And we currently see ourselves on 30 points. Now, San Jose have a game behind us. They could be on 24. but they're not going to catch us. So we have a great lead at this point in the season, and hopefully when the NACL comes around, we will be in a very good spot. Now, Stanley's played a 9.0. I'm going to praise him because he's done well. I want to see how long he's out for. He's out for 5 to 7 days, which is not a bad injury at all. I want to check his assists so far this season. He's got 8. 8. And we paid 7k for him from Sport. That is such a bargain for what he's doing for us. He's the Douglas of Sporting Kansas City. He's got 8. And in all competitions, he's got 8 because we've only played the league so far. But we have done well. Now, we're talking NACL. It starts in... when does it start? I can't remember. Let me see if I can search it. North American Champions League. Here we go. The holders, New York City FC. I've just explained that. Now, it starts... When does it start? The group stage starts in... Is it going to give it to me? I don't know. We'll go just go like this. No, we'll go to the current season, and we're going to go to the group stage. It doesn't have anything. It doesn't have anything. When's the first fixture for the group stage? It's not going to go back that far, is it? It's not. So anyway, what we can do, we can go like this. We'll go Orlando City. When did you start your NACL campaign? We'll go like this. We'll go to their schedule. They had the semi-final and the quarterfinals. So the quarterfinals don't happen until next season, which is a big thing. They got to the semi-final and were knocked out. It started for them in the 8th month, which is August, and we are currently in May. So August is all the way down here. Now, the Seattle game, we will meet you guys in between. Maybe we play against San Jose. The second game against San Jose, just because it's a bit far away and they could be real title contenders towards that point of the season. But that is going to be it for today's episode. If you've enjoyed it, do not forget to smash that like button. Subscribe to see more of my Pentagon challenge. And hopefully, I catch you guys on another video.